Our top focus. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. And the pictures that emerged from the national capital today told us a story of horror, of indifference, of apathy, and of corruption. This is not just the drowning of India's capital. This is the drowning of every rupee you and I have paid in taxes. This is the drowning incompetence of our bureaucracy. This is the drowning indifference of our politicians. Is this the picture of India's capital that we want to portray across the world? Delhi's roads, as we speak, ladies and gentlemen, are underwater. Its metro services have been hit. There are massive traffic jams on roads, and schools and colleges have been shut. The irony is, and I think the pictures are telling you that, it isn't raining in Delhi. Yes, the city did see record-breaking rains 5 days ago, but that was 5 days ago. This is Delhi and the Yamuna today, breaking yet another 45-year-old record, breaching the 208 mark. Let's put some better pictures for our viewers there. There is an extreme flood alert in the city as we speak. For the last 48 hours, water levels of the Yamuna have been rising, leading to flood fears. Yet the advisory issued for citizens was issued only today. Colleges and universities have been shut till Sunday. Work from home has been advised for non-essential government offices. A similar advisory has been issued for private offices too. Today, traffic was a complete nightmare, with people being stuck in jams for 3 hours to get to work. But as they say, nature is a great leveler. It was not just the Aam Aadmi who was flooded with misery today. There was waterlogging outside the Chief Minister and the LG's residence as well. Two men directly responsible for the Delhi deluge. Let me go straight across to Neelashish, who is joining us live from the ITO. This is one of the arterial roads in the national capital. People who go to work, come back to work, many of them pass through the ITO. Neelashish, you're joining us there. It would be peak traffic hour, given the fact that it's 6 o'clock already, and this is the time when most offices shut and people get out of their offices, get onto their cars and try and get home. What's the traffic situation looking like right now at ITO?
Shreya, if I can show you visuals directly at this point, as you pointed out, it rained 5 days ago. You can see the water logging even at this point. There's shin-deep water, if not more, right in the heart of the city in ITO here. You can see the cars moving at this point. But till a few moments ago, there was chock-a-block traffic, there were traffic jams. But now the Delhi police officials, along with the traffic police, are trying to regulate the movement of traffic and trying to ensure that there is a smoother passage. But here you can see the cars coming in, the water logging that has taken place. You can see that motorbike there. The kind of water logging that is there, even at this point, after the record-breaking rains took place about 4 to 5 days ago, the Aam Aadmi here, the commuter, the person who is working, who's paying his taxes, is still suffering. He's trying to leave at this point. As you said, it is peak traffic hours. People are moving from ITO. There's a long, long queue ahead of us on the other side as well, of people coming from Noida to this side. But here you can see the kind of traffic situation, the water logging here, which is at least 1.5 feet deep on that side of the road. Of course, here, if I can ask my video journalist to pan and show you, the traffic officials here are trying to ensure there is a smoother passage as much as they can. Beyond this road is the Secretariat. We were at the Secretariat a while ago as well, and there the traffic is also in a very sad state. There is bumper-to-bumper traffic. Right up ahead in the horizon, if you can see, the Secretariat Road is also jammed. But as of now, at ITO, you can see the manner in which there is inconvenience for the commuters as far as public service goes, public transport is concerned. People on their two-wheelers definitely having to suffer even today with the kind of waterlogging. People have chosen to walk afoot as well. We tried to speak to a few of them, but of course, as of now, They say they're getting late, and the inconvenience caused to them over the last few hours has really disrupted their daily routine. But these are visuals that are coming to you live from ITO at this point at Vikas Marg.
Okay. All right. We'll leave it there for the moment, Neelashish. Thank you very much for joining us. The fact is, and those were live pictures, that traffic is not at a standstill right now at ITO. Traffic is still flowing, but ITO, at least a part of the ITO, continues to have some degree of waterlogging there. But it's good to see that at least there is movement behind you, Neelashish. At least people will get home on time this evening, given the fact that in our office, it took people 3 hours to get to work. And they just had to travel a distance of 15 kilometers. If 15 or 20 kilometers is taking you 3 hours, then you know what the situation on the roads is looking like. But it's not just rain, pain and flooding. The city of 20 million people has a new headache now. Starting today, Delhi may face a drinking water crisis. The Chief Minister has warned a 25% water cut is likely over the next 2 to 3 days, as 3 treatment plants have shut down because of water levels in the Yamuna at an all-time high. It's a case of water everywhere, not a drop to drink. Listen in to what the Chief Minister has said.
एक तो स्कूल्स और कॉलेजेस और यूनिवर्सिटीज़ जो हैं वो संडे तक बंद करने का निर्णय लिया गया है। दूसरा, जितने सरकारी ऑफिसेज हैं जो एसेंशियल सेवाएं देते हैं उनको छोड़ के बाकी सभी सरकारी ऑफिसेज को वर्क फ्रॉम होम किया जाएगा। जो प्राइवेट ऑफिसेज हैं उनके लिए भी अपील जारी की जा रही है, एडवाइजरी जारी की जा रही है कि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा जो है वो वर्क फ्रॉम होम से काम करें। पानी की काफ़ी ज़्यादा किल्लत होने वाली है। 25% पानी जो 3 वाटर ट्रीटमेंट प्लांट हमारे प्रोड्यूस करते थे वो 25% पानी कम हो गया है, तो वाटर की एक राशनिंग करनी पड़ेगी। अगले 1-2 दिन लोगों को पानी की दिक्कत हो सकती है।
Now, the flood crisis has reached a level unseen in the last 45 years, and it isn't sparing the rich and famous either. The visual on your screens are from the Chief Minister, Arvind Kejriwal's residential area. The flood crisis has led to the imposition of barriers in civil lines as well. It's one of Delhi's poshest areas. The floodwater is barely 350 meters away from the Chief Minister's residence. So he knows exactly what is happening in Delhi, if he's not watching TV, that is. Now, for many of you, whenever you hear the word Delhi, what you think of is the Red Fort, right? Today, that iconic structure has become a lake. Just take a look. Those are the pictures on your screens. In fact, let's put those pictures a full screen for our viewers. It's submerged in the waters today. Take a look at this report that our reporters have sent to us. In fact, if you see these pictures closely, you'll have some people who've decided to swim here as well, because the entire area, this is Old Delhi, ladies and gentlemen, Red Fort, that has now become a big, massive, good-looking swimming pool.
We are not standing any by-lanes or the inside lanes of the national capital. We are standing on a location which is barely a kilometers away from the Old Delhi railway station. And if you can remember those red color half circle marks, semi-circle marks, that is a location which is an iconic location, because Aamir Khan once shot his PK movie, and there were many sequences which were shot there. So we are talking about a location which have been very much prominent for the usage of the people of the national capital. And what is more worrying, Balkrishna, if you can once again come towards this side and show you, if you just sit down a bit, thoda niche ho jaye Balkrishna ji, you can see the layers of water which is coming out, which means that the water flow is still moving towards the central Delhi.
Okay, so the question is, if it's not raining in Delhi, why is Delhi flooded? According to experts, the highly unusual flood-like situation in Delhi right now can be attributed to several factors. One, there has been heavy rain in Delhi and surrounding areas. Not today, not yesterday, but 5 days ago, let's remember that there were record-breaking rains in the city. Then there was water released from the Hathni Kund barrage in Haryana. Let me tell you, Himachal Pradesh and Punjab have an integral role to play in what is happening right now, as these states release water into Haryana, which in turn releases water into Delhi. If they don't do it, they'll get flooded. The encroachments of the floodplains is another very big reason. And the last but the most unimportant reason is uncontrolled urbanization and encroachment upon drainage channels and urban lakes. Delhi relies on a drainage plan that is 4 decades old. The capital is still operating on the 1976 drainage master plan, even as the population has increased many times, almost 4 times. Meanwhile, as expected, there's politics over capital chaos. The BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party continue to spar over who is responsible for this flood crisis. The Bharatiya Janata Party is hitting out at the Aam Aadmi Party and questioning if Mr. Kejriwal's house is underwater or not. Listen in.
देखिए, शीश महल में रहकर शीर्षासन में व्यस्त कुछ लोग दूसरों पर दोष बढ़ने पे लगे हैं, अपने जिम्मेदारी से भाग रहे हैं और पिछले 9 वर्षों में हमने कभी उनको जिम्मेदारी उठाते नहीं देखा है, दोष दूसरों पर मढ़ते देखा है। दिल्ली के लोगों की हालत किसके कारण हुई? मुख्यमंत्री जी अपने घर तक सीमित होकर रह गए। जब एक के बाद दूसरा ऐसा कोई ना कोई विषय सामने आता है तो अपनी जिम्मेदारी लेने की बजाय जिम्मेदारी से भागते हैं और केजरीवाल जी ने इस बार फिर वैसा ही किया है।
Let me go across to my colleague Akansha, who is joining us live from the national capital itself. We are going now to another location. It's ISBT. It's Delhi's biggest bus depot, as it were. Akansha, you're at ISBT. Again, it's an arterial area in the national capital. Show us what's happening there. What's the situation looking like there?
Well, absolutely. There is utter chaos and panic here. The national capital has come to a standstill. You can see this is the ISBT area. This is the place from where thousands of people take buses. In fact, that is the metro station right there. That is Kashmiri Gate metro station. Thousands of people who come to the national capital or have to leave the national capital come to this specific location. And as you can see, this entire stretch is waterlogged right now. People are wading through water, and the public transportation, as you can see, is also stuck there. Traffic is not moving at all. A lot of people are present here. आपको क्या यहाँ दिक्कतें फेस करनी पड़ रही है?
बहुत सारी दिक्कतें हैं यहाँ पे। तो क्या दिक्कत है? जाना है मोरी गेट, कहाँ से जाए?
किस तरह जाएंगे? कोई और रास्ता है?
रास्ता तो है निकलने का, पर कहीं ना कहीं वहाँ भी पानी भरा हुआ है। सब जगह बैरिकेड लगे हुए हैं, सब जगह रोका जा रहा है। क्या करें?
There are other people also. आप कहाँ जा रहे हैं? क्या आपको प्रॉब्लम आ रही है?
मैं तो यहाँ सामान लेने के लिए आया था, पर यहाँ पे देखा कि पानी जो है भरा पड़ा है। मैं यही ऑफिस में ड्यूटी करता हूँ, सर ने कुछ मंगाया था।
आप यहाँ से जा रहे थे? आप बाइक से जा रहे हैं? हाँ।
कैसा क्या हालात है? मुझे यमुना बाजार जाना था, सीलमपुर।
नहीं जा पा रहे?
नहीं जा पा रहा है यहाँ से मैं, कि बहुत ज्यादा यहाँ पे पानी भरा हुआ जाएगा। अगर बाइक बंद होगी तो और दिक्कत हो जाएगी यहाँ पे।
But you see the level of water here. It's one will have to wade through this water in order to go to ISBT or in order to go to Kashmiri Gate metro station. This is the situation of the national capital right now. You can see this auto is currently going, but a lot of people are not going inside this water, worrying that their vehicle will stop at any time. So this is the situation. A lot of crowd here. The entire national capital has come to a standstill. Before this, we were at Civil Lines area. Now, that was the VVIP area. There was a lot of water there as well, quite close to the residence of Delhi Chief Minister. In fact, 300 to 400 meters away from Delhi Chief Minister's residence. There was a trauma center there as well, from which 40 patients had to be evacuated because there was a lot of water logging there. They had to be moved to central Delhi. Right adjacent to that was Delhi government officers' flat. That the ground floor of those flats entirely got submerged, and people there were also quite worried, saying that the administration did not inform them on time. A lot of people are also here. आप कहीं जा रहे थे, फंस गए हैं?
जी मैम।
कहाँ जा रहे थे? क्या दिक्कतें आ रही?
मैम मुझे दरियागंज जाना है, बस गाड़ी जा नहीं सकती, आगे गाड़ी बंद हो जाएगी, इस मारे यहीं रुका हूँ। कोई और बेहतर रास्ता मिल जाए यहाँ से जाने का।
आप यहाँ फंस गए हैं?
जी।
कहाँ जा रहे थे?
जी मैम सोनिया बिहार जा रहे थे।
अच्छा
जी।
कोई और रास्ता नहीं है, आपको यहीं से जाना पड़ेगा?
जी यहीं जाना पड़ता है। हाँ।
क्या है आपके पास? बाइक, कार?
कुछ नहीं है, ऐसे ही पैदल है मैम।
पैदल पैदल जाएंगे या काफी ज्यादा पानी है, कैसे जाएंगे?
बहुत ज्यादा है। अब यहाँ से देखो कोई साधन मिलता है तो जाएंगे, वरना तो ऐसे ही जाना पड़ेगा।
I would also like to point out here a lot of buses are also stuck here. They are obviously not moving in a fear that they will stop any time. So this is the situation. It is quite worrisome and there's utter chaos and panic, as you also noticed.
Akansha, we'll leave it there for the moment. Thank you very much. Our phone lines are now open. In case you live in and around Delhi and there is something you want to say about this flood condition in the national capital, and what a shame this is. Is this the picture of the national capital, India's national capital, that we want to go out to the world? It's a question that our administrators will have to ask themselves, because if there are two sets of people who are completely to blame for Delhi being flooded and its citizens being flooded with misery, it's the bureaucrats and it is the politicians. Shailesh Sinha, you're CEO of the Traffic People Foundation. You're joining us on the broadcast. Please tell me why Delhi has flooded today. Is it because of the Yamuna waters, or is it because of the incompetence and indifference of our bureaucrats and netas?
It's all about, planning. Thanks, Shreya, for inviting me to this show. And the point is that it's all about the management done by the bureaucracy and ministry at one go, because it's a state's responsibility how to take care of the flood part. 43% of the entire hazards which has happened in the world has been because of floods. And why are we not making flood maps? Why there has been no tracking of the situation and places where the floods has happened before in past? The point what you stated was beautiful, that Delhi is drowning. Delhi practically is drowning in the thought processes, in the execution of the solutions. We are knowing that there'll be a monsoon zone, there'll be a water flow which will be coming from Hathni Kund barrage, and the fast movement, because normally it takes 3 to 4 days to, from Haryana to Delhi to reach the water. But this time it has been very fast, but it has not been the case in terms of prior management, taking attentive measures. The kind of flood what I'm seeing is, it's so worse for the Delhi to see the tunnels which were there around Lal Killa, which was, for Yamuna about the time of the Mughal era. But the current scenario is, it's again showing that tunnels were very much for the river itself, but the management has to take care of this in well advance. There has to be a map management. We should take care. There's a very good example of Rio de Janeiro. It also was facing the same kind of situations very frequently. So why can't we take maps? Why can't we take examples from these countries, these places, that these managements can also be done? We can talk about technology, we can talk about anything, but why can't we talk about when it comes to common man's a movement? Traffic is on a toss, and everything, every management is not there managing things. Yep.
Okay, Shailesh, give me a minute here. Let's quickly get in some callers as well. I have 3 callers right now. Captain Jakpal is calling us from Rohtak. Captain Jakpal, good evening. Go ahead, please.
Good evening, Shreya. You see, this Chief Minister says there shall be 25% cut in water. And why? Because they did not make alternative sites for the motor and the pump length. It can be done. Even a Group D employee would have told कि साहब इनको raise कर लीजिए different level पे. If the water comes, we will shift to the upper level. Imagine the carelessness, casualness, and the vision is he is only interested when he will become Prime Minister. Chief Minister is too small a job for him. He is a non-conformist. He should be dismissed. This government should be dismissed for telling us that the motors cannot be raised, pipelines cannot be increased to supply you water. Whatever you got to forget about all other plans.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me an opportunity.
Thank you, sir. We can go across to a caller who's calling us from Ahmedabad. Kumresh Trivedi is joining us. Go ahead, Mr. Trivedi.
Yeah, good evening. Firstly, we don't know what was the flood carrying capacity of the Yamuna River channel in 1947, 1978, and as on today. Because day by day, flood carrying capacity of the river channel is decreasing due to siltation. River bed level is coming up. There is no solution is that either dredging is required or river embankment scheme to required for increasing flood carrying capacity. If both are not possible, there is problem of budget, then no construction zone is required to be declared within 300 meter from the high flood river of Yamuna. Secondly, that why even in dam, in all over India, in dam and river, due to siltation, river bed, bed of the dam, bottom of the dam is also coming up. It is 1990, it is reported that dam of Ukai at Surat, life will be only 30% due to siltation. Day storage is not of water, but now day storage is merely soil. And due to deforestation, soil is from catchment area, soil is coming up with the water due to erosion during rainfall. Soil is not stopped at the place due to erosion, and so it's coming to the river, and ultimately river bed is coming up. So only solution is that either go for the river dredging, afforestation on the catchment area, and both the side of the trees plantation on the river channel, and river treatment, and budget should be allocated for river training so that its depth of the river remain, and its flood carrying capacity we can rise up to 10 million cusack. So that Delhi will not be
the fact is that the fact is till 2013, 13,000 crore rupees have been spent in the Yamuna Action Plan. Today we are seeing that money sink as well. 1,300 crore rupees, ladies and gentlemen. 1,300 crore rupees. R.K. Sharma, you're joining us from Mumbai. Good evening. Please go ahead.
Hi, good evening. Just like to say a couple of things. Our Prime Minister right now is in Paris. He's in France. That's where the climate change accord was signed. I believe you can speak to somebody in the BJP if they have any knowledge of climate change, what's happening in Uttarakhand, Himachal, and Haryana, of course. Secondly, politically, I don't think any of our states are in coordination with each other. Haryana keeps dumping water into Delhi. Delhi does not have the capacity as of now, today. We can keep blaming AAP, we can blame previous generations, we can blame our ancestors for bad drainage, but politically today, we should have coordinated better. Haryana should have stopped dumping in the water. Haryana can pass the water to other states, but it dumped into Delhi, which is becoming a red alert for the city. It will get worse tonight. If it's what I've been hearing, it's going to get worse tonight and tomorrow morning. And thirdly, economically, like you said, 13,000 crores has been spent. It's been 10 years. We as taxpayers, I don't know where our money goes. Like I said, our Prime Minister sitting in France, the Chief Minister of Delhi sitting somewhere else. In Maharashtra, we don't even have a leader of opposition. We don't have, even the main ministers are not yet set. So I think we as taxpayers are just getting fooled by all politicians. I think we need to do something tragic, and I don't know where Anna is. Anna Hazare, 10 years back, 12 years back, had a plan. He's gone away. He's scooting somewhere. I don't know what to do anymore. Thank you.
Right now, I don't think anyone has a plan for Delhi. For example, do you know how old Delhi's current drainage master plan is? It's as old as I am. That's how old it is. Now, there was an attempt made to redraw a new one. The job was given to the IIT Delhi, that is. It took 8 years to draw up that plan. Then the government said, okay, let's try and implement it. After 2 years, they started implementing it. So it's already 10 years since the plan was commissioned that the government decides to start implementing it. And then after a couple of months, they realize, oh no, there are no actionable plans in this, in this drainage master plan that IIT has given us. So let's junk it. Let's simply junk it. So you now have a drainage system or a drainage master plan which is more than 4 decades old and was made for a city which housed only 60 lakh people. The population of Delhi since has gone up 4-fold, ladies and gentlemen. That's where a big problem arises, and that's why you're seeing Delhi's roads, arterial roads and iconic areas flooded the way they are. On that note, as you take a look at these pictures, I'm slipping into a quick break on the show. On the other side, we have a very special show on the Chandrayaan launch, which is scheduled for tomorrow afternoon. That's coming up next. Do stay with us.